Let's try to help Lummies through hell. Lummies, that's a Red Fox thing. It's Fred Sanford. You're a Lummy. Your mama was a lush and your daddy was a dummy. Let's try to help Lummies through hell. Guys, hell is being denied the eternal faithful love of the Messiah. The Messiah is the one who gives us faith in the glory of God and then teaches us how to live eternally faithfully. Okay. And so heaven isn't a magic place you go after you die. If there's, say, let's just, for the sake of arguments, okay, for just to go across all religious perceptions and certain things, say there's reincarnation, okay. And if you don't live the Lord's Prayer and you reincarnate, you come right back into this hell and this fight and this self-destruction, wondering when are they going to finally fuck it up and we can't reincarnate and be children trying to enjoy ice cream and snuggles and huggles and barn dances with pretty girls and the nice music and Wayne Cooper with the high voice saying, "We're on the one and we're having fun. Whoa, whoa," right? Okay. So that's if you say they're reincarnation, but there is not, quote, reincarnation. But there's molecular genetic splicing, okay, of sharing memories with like physical reproductions. Like if you clone, okay. If you had a person and that person was murdered and you made a clone of that person because you had living tissue from that person, the clone would have memories from the person that was murdered, okay. And then they would be a molecular similitude of like essence and eternal life through physical existence of that person, which is tangible. Okay, do you understand? Very, very tangible. My poor dad, I tried to explain to him, he's like, you can't do that. I was like, Dad, they can rip people's eyes out. Okay, no, I'm talking about science. I'm not talking about religion that is turned into mythology. I'm talking about science. And real religion, okay, discusses things that are discussed scientifically and says what you should do and what you shouldn't do in regards to science, okay? If you go read religion, there's a lot of things covered in there. Like, what are they talking about here? You're not getting it because you're not faithful enough to be in the conversation. Okay. And there can be people faithful enough in the conversation. Okay. And people in their own family that are not faithful enough to be a part of the conversation. Okay. Because they'll say, no, here's how we're going to do it. We're going to do it my way. It's like, no, here's how it needs to be done. The only person that needs to be a part of the conversation is the person who will do what needs to be done. Okay, right? So you can have a Parsons family. You can have one guy named Ralph Earl Parsons Jr., okay, born in Las Cruces, New Mexico, July 19th, 1966. And he's the only person in the family, okay, during his generation that's a part of that eternal faithful conversation that maintains a place at the table, talking to David, Jesus, Suzuki, Sun Yat-sen, Judy Krishnamurti, Krishna, Siddhartha, Confucius. You see what I'm saying? He's the only one that can keep talking and keep, because he listens. And he knows what needs to be done, and he'll do what needs to be done because life is eternal, grace is infinite. We deserve to live the Lord's Prayer. We need to live the Lord's Prayer. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. Now, the way that there was a man named David Rockefeller, okay, and David Rockefeller's FASFOC or whatever on the, for all you people on the Navy Federal Credit Unions there, commercials, and on there, you'd hate to see where you'd be without him. You'd be living the Lord's Prayer if you didn't have Navy Federal Credit Union. You'd be living in a house free from a virtual presence that requires debt and trespass and genocidal operations if you didn't have Navy Federal Credit Union. You still want to be a USAA member for life? Okay? Rockefeller set people up, and Rockefeller hated people. All right? He was addicted to the things you're addicted to, so he had no intent before dying saying, Parsons is correct, Jesus is correct, let's use our technology to live the perfect commands of Jesus, and Parsons is more like Jesus than anybody on TV asking for money for Jesus, right? He gets us. No, I don't get you and I don't like you. Okay, do you understand? I don't get you and I don't like you. Okay. I love you, but then again, we also know I love Adolf Hitler, Chiang Kai-shek, James Earl Ray, Lee Harvey Oswald, and John Wilkes Booth. Okay. Do I like them? No. Do I trust them? No. Will they kill over money? Yes. Will I kill over money? No. Will I protect children from being on commercials on TV? You know, what's the song on that commercial again? I can't remember. You know, the one with the AT&T commercial with the lady with the blue hair. Is it I Love You, Baby? Is it the Four Seasons? And if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to warm the lonely night. I love you, baby, trust in me when I say, oh, pretty baby, don't bring me brown, I pray. Oh, pretty baby, now that I found you, stay and let me love you, baby, let me. Lauryn Hill does a good job with that song on the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. It's a bonus track. You know, the best songs on that album are the bonus tracks. Yeah, she does a real good job with Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, and Tell 'Em is by far the best song on the album, but she's not talking about a white guy. She's talking about a brown guy that she's made into the Messiah during her generation. She doesn't recognize me as the Messiah. She'll recognize Haile Selassie because he's brown, but she won't recognize Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. because he's peach. But Patrick's mom is brown and Patrick's tan. I miss him. I do miss him, and you know, when I come in this apartment, I'll talk to Zeke, and he's not here. And then I'll catch myself and say, Zeke ain't here no more. Zeke's dead, Earl. Yeah, I know Zeke's dead. He ain't here no more. But his spirit still lingers. But he's a good old dog, you know. But it was miserable before he died for the last month or 2 weeks or so. But he lived to be about 18 or 19 years old. So he had a lot of good before that last little miserable part at the end. But the miserable part at the end was because we were in a very toxic environment through genocidal operations, surrounded by a bunch of murderous, pathetic piles of shit. He wasn't around the kids he loved, and he wasn't living in the mountains in the cool, fresh air, getting love. And it's okay, Zeke, we love you. Goodbye, Zeke. You've been one of the best dogs in the history of the world. Instead, he got an exhausted man being tortured by a bunch of perverts who had to pick Zeke up when he sat here and cried and moaned all night because he was in pain, carried him outside to use the bathroom, washed him off with water, kissed him on the head on the way in and out, and told him he loved him. Okay. I treated my dog, okay, better in those kind of circumstances with this kind of disgusting thing than the assholes that tortured me and the dog treat me. And I'm a better person than they are. I'll be loving you eternally. Okay. Eternally. But you got to understand with David Rockefeller, okay, espionage. You know what espionage is? Spying, virtual presence in your house, being able to manipulate people through linguistics, spying, and propaganda. That's espionage, okay? So if I meet you at the store and I talk to you because you're dressing yourself up as a Rastafarian, as a Christian or a Muslim, okay, and I talk to you intelligently, okay, I talk to you, and I earn the right to talk that way because I stand up for the Lord's Prayer without fear and shut down drug cartels and businesses that mass murder people in the name of philanthropy, okay. And I start talking to people to see if they're for real, and they tell me, okay, buddy, that's enough, shut up. It's like, and do you believe what I said? He said, I believe you. I don't believe you do. You don't disrespect someone like King David to his face when he talks to you as if you're capable of being someone that will follow King David and living the Lord's Prayer so their wife and their daughters can live the Lord's Prayer. You can talk shit about white people in front of your wife and your kids, and I come and correct your perception because you won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer and try to get you to do it, and you tell me, okay, body, shut up, stop talking. I don't care how pretty you is, bitch. I don't care how nice and silky your beard is and how beautiful your dreadlocks are, okay? You don't deserve to be carrying your daughter in your arms. You're not worthy of a Katie pizza hug, okay? You better step the fuck up and do right, because if you don't, Rockefeller will collect all the evidence, and you will go down in history as the man that acted like a bitch to Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. when he stepped up to you and said, be a man with me. It keeps happening. You guys just must not be paying attention to post-apocalypse. All the people on TV are marketing schemes and act like complete bitches and act like he'll never see the light of day. Yeah, they're going to run me. I went to the parking lot of the Best Buy today, and I'm still here. None of those Henry Kissinger, Richard Milhous, Nixon, napalm-dropping bitches ran me over today. I'll be back tomorrow. I love you very much.